because we want to talk about you coming to Portland. So I'm excited about it. It's gonna be very cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's I wouldn't use the word homecoming, but great memories coming back to it.
I was gonna say you've been to this track before, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
I 16 years ago, it was a lot of great memories. I think I was just thinking about it. The first time I went there was a go-kart race, 2001, when they used to do the pre-race before the Champ Car race.
Yep.
Then Barber Dodge won there and Toyota Atlantics the next year, and then 3 years in Champ Cars. So, but definitely the last year was the great one to win my first career Champ Car race with a brand new or with a new team for me at that point on Father's Day. My dad was there. It was so I got a lot of great memories of
Yeah.
Portland and can't wait to go back.
I remember that race actually. I was a part of that race that year. We've every time the Champ Cars or Indy Cars come to the area, we've got big race fans here in Portland. They love to get out and watch the cars, man. They do as much as they can. As you know, we've got a couple Hall of Famers here, from here. Herschel McGriff just got moved into the NASCAR Hall of Fame as a driver who did many years at Portland Speedway. And then our local boy for a long time, Greg Biffle, was here. So, and I know you're friends with him. You took over his number and you're using it now in the Xfinity series, which is awesome.
Yeah, and this is something that, for Xfinity and NASCAR in general, to be able to go to Portland and the Northwest in general, I think NASCAR, they try so hard to get all over the country of the races that we do, but the Northwest has lacked that. We haven't had a lot of races there, especially in the top tiers of Cup, trucks, and Xfinity. So to be able to go to Portland now, I think it's really cool to be able to, because that's something that I always loved about Portland and the Northwest in general, when especially like even Vancouver and in Champ Car and things like that. I mean, the motorsports fan base is huge.
Yeah.
So to get a race there on the NASCAR side of it is a big deal. So I can't wait to get there and hopefully we have a big crowd. Hopefully the weather's good. So it'll be a lot of fun for sure.
I don't like to say this out loud and knock on wood. I always tell people to bring your rain tires just in case.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's no doubt. I've been there with great weather and then I've been there in monsoons and we all know that's a part of Portland and the Northwest in general. So
yeah,
we'll be ready for it.
Well, this year, it's starting to look pretty nice. We've had lots of rain this year, so Mother Nature owes it to us. And what a great way to tie it off to you guys by doing a nice race along a road course. That's got to be interesting to you. And I know you've done, the IndyCar style, the Champ Cars. So it's not as hard for you as it is some of the other drivers. Do you enjoy driving the road courses like that?
I do. I mean, it's what I've always grown up doing. Really, I did a couple races in Champ Car on ovals at Milwaukee, and they did 2 years of Vegas when it was old Vegas.
Yep.
But big downforce wing. So I had never been on ovals really till I got to NASCAR. So open wheel racing and karting and everything was road course racing. And that's what Champ Car predominantly was when I was in the sport. So I love it. I think Portland's going to be a unique challenge because it is narrow.
Yeah.
These cars, they slide around. We'll probably make our own passing areas, which means we'll be beating and banging on each other a lot. But it's going to be easy to make a mistake. It's going to be easy to drop a tire. And when you drop a tire at Portland, you go sliding for a long way. I think the starts and restarts into the first chicane are just going to be absolutely insanity. So I really do think it's going to be a great race.
Yeah, people that have never been there before, that when you hit that first chicane, man, it just throws you off. You got to go right and then instant left. It's just crazy. I actually had a chance to ride in the gas car series when they were here for a while. And I know what it's like to go 190 miles an hour down that backstretch. It was insane. And as an adrenaline junkie myself, that was a little nerve-wracking. I'm not going to lie. You got 328 races under your belt. I mean, is there something you learn every time you get behind the wheel?
Oh, no doubt. I mean, I think, for me, I'm very hard on myself. So I'm always trying to learn and be better. And I don't care how many races that I've done. I feel like I go out there and learn something new and try to improve myself. And that's, the day you stop improving yourself is the day you probably need to retire. So it's something that I work hard on. It's funny. We've already done some sim sessions for Portland, and
Right.
I went down the back straightaway in the first lap and was like, yeah, I think this is the right spot to lift. I know Champ Car, I could drive in deeper. I went through the grass to the other side of the grass, and I went head first into the barrier on the last corner. I was like, probably need to back the brake zone up compared to what I'm used to. So,
Yeah, hit that
but
200 marker instead. Yeah.
yeah, but I really do think like that's going to be a critical area, that last section there, because if you get it wrong, these cars don't slow down that quick, and we could see some wrecks there. So, I mean, it's going to be a tough race, wet or dry, because it's easy to make a mistake there.
Yeah, I will tell you, last year the IndyCars returned, and Jimmy Johnson has now traveled from NASCAR to IndyCar, and he found out that corner really fast, comes up quick. He hit the barrier like 4 times before he realized, oh man, this is not working for me.
Yeah.
So they replaced wings and a bunch of other stuff. It was crazy. You were raced for Richard Petty. You've raced for Roger Penske. Who did you feel that there was more pressure from, or did you? I mean, for Petty, the king of NASCAR, did you feel more pressure from one or the other?
Um, I'd first say neither of them really put pressure on me because they know, like anybody that's been around me knows I'm my harshest critic. Whether it's great, I'm doing great, or whether I'm not doing great. Like it's so you don't have to put added pressure on me because it's already there. I think for me personally, it's been really cool to race for both of them. But to be, quite honest, Richard Petty's teams have not been the best teams out there for a lot of years, really.
Right.
So, of course, I wanted to win in the 43 so bad because it was so iconic. But at that point, it had been when I was in the car, I think it had been maybe at least 8 or 10 years, maybe more
Wow.
since that car had won. It might actually have been more. But so it was like the pressure to go win in that car wasn't as extreme because it had been so long. Now we did some great things and we were so close to winning a lot of races and it just never happened. When you're driving for Roger Penske, like there's one rule. You go win.
Yeah.
It's not a hey, we're here to have fun. Roger told me that when I ran the Indy 500 for him. I was like, "Thank you so much, boss. This is going to be fun." He's like, "You know what's fun? Winning's fun, AJ. That's what's fun." I was like, "Yes, sir." So,
Yeah.
the pressure to win for Roger Penske was probably I at least on my shoulders put a lot more.
Right. I looked through your bio this morning. I was reading some stuff, and I know a lot about NASCAR, but man, I didn't realize you had done so much. Like days of Daytona, the 24 hours of Daytona. You have done so much, and you said karting, open wheel. Do you like the dirt track racing? Because that's what my boys do, and they love it. They're having so much fun at it. And I keep telling them, you're still young enough. You could get to that league and that series. But what do you like better, dirt track or do you like asphalt?
Well, so I grew up, I never really raced dirt track, but my dad did. And we went to either my dad's races or World of Outlaws or midgets. I mean, anything that sprint car related on dirt, we were either at or watching. So I always kind of thought that I might go that direction, but it just never happened. I got in, next thing you know, I went through quarter midgets, and then I was racing go-karts, and that's where my path took me. Um, I went, Champ Car as a car was probably the most fun car I've ever driven in my life. But I've been so fortunate to be able to race and win in Champ Car, win the Rolex 24-hour with Mike Shank,
Yeah.
to win Cup races now, to win Xfinity races. So I've been so fortunate to drive a lot of cool cars. So it's hard to choose on one or the other. I just know
Sure.
that in my life, I'm very fortunate that I've gotten to do a lot of different things.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing you come to Portland. It's going to be a great race, and we're praying for good weather. I got to know before we go, I'm going to refer to the Days of Thunder movie with Tom Cruise. When you're not in a race car, do you ever really feel that pressure of driving like that? You're like, just get out of my way. I got to go.
So people ask me this a lot. It's never speed related. Like they're like, do you need to speed? I'm like, no, not really, because speed gets all kind of relative when you drive race cars for a living. So it's not like I feel like I got to be doing 120 down the highway. But yes, when people are in my way, I lose my mind. Like get out. I don't even care if they're running the same speed that I want to run. If they're in the way, especially if I can't see around them, like
Yes.
I lose my mind. So that's probably the extreme side of it is it's not the speed, but get the heck out of the way.
Buddy, we have more in common than I thought. I love it. It's awesome. It's great. Well, look, man, we're looking forward to seeing you at the Pacific Office Automation 147 here at PIR. Tickets are on sale now. And we'll look forward to coming out to the races and watching you dominate that road course, my friend. We can't wait to see you Saturday, June 4th.
Hell yeah, we need a packed house, so everybody needs to show up.
Exactly. You can get your tickets at 987thebull.com. And good job yesterday in Texas at the All-Star Challenge, taking number 7 all the way. That was good, buddy.
Wasn't bad. We made something out of the day, so we'll keep building on that.
I enjoyed watching the race, and I loved watching it just because I knew we were going to talk today. So it's always good to see your face, and we'll look forward to seeing you when you return to the Rose City, AJ.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.